Yeah, a segmented class D is segmented blue marking, and then class E is segmented magenta marking, and it says SFC. Once you see FSC, don't even try to kill your mind thinking whether it is mean sea level or AGL, that is above ground level. Don't once it is marked SFC, take it as the base of the airport. Nothing more than that. If it is whether it is sea level or AGL, and those are very important markings that you need to know. And some of them important, but it's pretty obvious. Like if I bring the camera to a little more over here, you might want to, and with the this chart, you might want to print out when you're doing your studies. Also the maps. I would say print them out, because if you are doing it in the computer, and you might find it it's much more difficult. On these obstructions, you get these symbols are very easy to remember. You see, if it is over 1,000 feet above AGL, the obstruction, see the symbol, it's more taller, and the dot underneath there is to signify it is an obstruction or obstacle. See, if it is if the obstruction is below 1,000 feet, you have it in a smaller V, not like a smaller Y, the upside down Y. So below 1,000 feet AGL, and the other group obstructions are marked there too, and whether it is obstruction with high intensity lights, everything is marked. And then also I would like you to pay attention over here, the elevation of the top above. Firstly, it gives you above mean sea level. Then within parentheses you get this arrow is a little confusing. It shows you height above ground, and if it is under construction, you got UC. So how difficult is that to this is more like very easy to understand. And then on all the miscellaneous symbols, this is also very important. You would get a question on that when you see these symbols, whether it is gliders or parachutes. Definitely one question over there. So how difficult is it to get familiar with that? And then I do not want to forget this flag mark. It's what it signifies is for routes, visual routes, that VA flying. When you, VFR flying, visual flight rules or visual flight route. When it's very, very important to know that, because when you if there is any significant marking, significant landmark that you can see from the air, that is marked over there. So that is definitely one question. Please note that very carefully. And then when to talk about the maps, it's very important. You should know longitude and latitude. And let me bring that. Give me a moment. Let me bring that up. Yeah, of course, on the website is better image than this. But just to give you the idea what is latitude and what is longitude, I'm going to show this. Give me a moment. Oh, this is a little much better now. And the lines parallel to equator is longitude. Oh, of course, long. You can remember like long. You don't say somebody is long. So, rather you say somebody is tall. So if you are relating to anything vertical, if you are relating to the vertical lines, it's latitude, and horizontal, that means parallel to equator, is longitude. So then it's very important to place the maps, and maybe you're already into the map thing, and you know the latitude and longitude, but I would still bring it up so that we have a better idea. On the map, if you can look at these, if you see the lines, you see this line where is it's okay, it should be like 47 on this, and then 101. That's what I would believe. But main thing you gotta remember is these quadrants. A quadrant gotta be not this. This is only not one full quadrant. Quadrant gonna be two of these, and the whole thing gonna be a quadrant if once you have it the display without it's getting cut off on this map. So from here to here, if you count the small segments, it's 30. So for 1 degree you have 60 minutes. So that's how you calculate that. It's not that difficult to understand that. And then on the description, when they say, okay, within this coordinate, this is the coordinates of the tower, you should, once you do the studies, once you do your homework, it's very easy to position whatever the object that the test refers to in the test manual. So that's a very good thing over there to in fact needed real serious consideration. Okay, yes, once you know the latitude and longitude, then you would be able to place any object in the maps. So that part is taken care of with a lot of maps, and we will go through. In fact, before you go to even take the test on 107, go on our website. We have what is our test prep? Yes, module 8, figure 24. That's a lot of test questions put in over there, and pretty much covering the whole exam. So please do that before even you take the 107 exam. So we are getting more and more prepared. I'm going to take you into another question that'll be definite. The question going to be there. Remember, I told you about the calculator. See, I am very much used to mental calculation. Of course, during the other modules, I was going on and on that how weak I am on my math, but I can do a little mental calculations. Of course, I admire the ingenuity of my children's generation, but when it comes to mental calculations, they are not that good. So, like for example, angle and the load factor is there would be definitely a question, and see, you should be able to multiply in terms of, let's say, if they give the weight, and then if the aircraft is taking the angle or the banking to 30 degrees, then the load factor you have to multiply by 1.1154. So that's why the calculator is useful. This is, once again, when you study this, you cannot miss this. That question you got on your bag. So let's go to next one. Alright friends, let's try to iron out the weather and clouds kind of question that you will get definitely one, or sometimes it could be two when you consider there's another question on meter and TAF. So all in all there could be even three questions relating to weather. So cloud identification, so that's another sort of a different at least method to look at clouds and making it easy in terms of names and things like that on with another preparation on the preparation page there's more description on that. And for now, if you look at this chart, you got the low clouds, middle clouds and high clouds. So cumulus generally this is a cumulative clouds almost in the verge of giving rain down, almost it's about to come down. And on the cloud names, if you ever get the at least part of the name as nimbo always you got to remember is precipitation or rain. So that's this is this states as nimbostratus. That's a cloud that gives rain. So cumulonimbus, that's again because it develops to rain, you get that nimbus kind of part of the word. And cirrostratus is generally clouds that are way high. You would not know whether they are developing into rain or not at that stage. And altostratus clouds, if it is really builds up, then you have to be alert of a weather situation. And on the lower level also you got stratus and stratus cumulus clouds that you need to identify. And let's do some meter and TAF weather reports. One of the other things you gotta think to make it easier for you to figure out what's going on, whether it is rain, precipitation, and etc. If the dew point is close to the temperature, chances are there is the existence or likelihood of precipitation. So that's one other way to get at a question when it is mostly a trick question. On whether you have ways and means to eliminate the incorrect answer. In fact, on the preparation page of that is module 8, figure 24, as I said, is examination prep. We have put it down so that you can pick that up. Generally, this row is the airport 4-figure identification. K is continental USA. It's starting with K. JFK, obviously JFK Airport. And on the next set of figures, if you look at that, Z is Zulu or Greenwich Mean Time or what's universal time, also we can call it universal time, UTC. I have to say, check what it is. I mean, how do you define that? So 12 out of this figure, the first two is the date, is the 12th day of that particular month, and then 1853 Zulu, Greenwich Mean Time. So if you are in East Coast, I think it's 5-hour difference. So you have to calculate that. And then you get the other set of figures is, so you have here 18004 KT. And also you never say 1800 or 40 or something like that. You say 1800, that is the aviation language. 1800 is 180 is the direction, and with the wind, always we gotta remember. Sometimes people get confused. This is the direction that the wind is coming. It's coming in from 180 degrees and 04 knots. Okay, and then the next one is the visibility. Visibility is you see here is half a mile, is statute miles, and then the other codes, it's let's say abbreviation page, and meter code. We have put down all the codes on module 8 figure 22 for meter codes, so you can see that on that generally BR is mist, and there are the FG is fog, obviously, and RA is rain. Then other stuff you can sort of easily figure out. This is RA is rain, and R0 this is 04 2200. That's the yes, RA4 2200, that's runway 4 has the visibility of 2200 feet. That's what it says. Then the other one is kind of easy. OVC is overcast 005. Generally, we have details on the preparation page that the sky is imaginary. There's imaginary division of to 8 sectors. So on the display we will do that also. And here's the next one. Is very important. That is the temperature to dew point ratio. Very important. If it is very close, that means you can expect some form of precipitation. This is 20 is the temperature, 18 is the dew point. And next one, starting with A, of course, altimeter, that is A303006. So let's that's much for meter. Let's do the TAF weather report also. Yeah, okay. This also most of the clues are given on the preparation page. Now that we did the meter, TAF makes it easy, but some of the other stuff I might not going to bother you at this point, because I haven't seen them in the past exams. So let's see now. First, of course, the identification of the station or the airport. Then, as we described on the meter, this is same also. 12 is the date of the month, and then Zulu time, 17:20 Zulu time, and then you got the this is wind varying speeds, 12:18 to 13:24, and just bear with me. Let me what it says is 12:18 to 13:24 is the duration that will be valid, and you got the wind is coming in from 200 degrees and 12 knots, and the visibility is 5 statute miles, and you got haze, broken clouds at 030, and then let me get to the next item. Yes, I need to correct this. This is on the staff issued on the 12th, 17:20 Zulu, but it's valid on the 12th to 1800 Zulu, on the 13th 2400 Zulu. So that's a little bit of a correction, and yes, 212 knots. 200 is the direction the wind is coming from, and 12 knots, and visibility is 5 statute miles, and it's hazy. Clouds is broken clouds covering 030, and probability of shower is 40%. Okay,